It's Tuesday. It's 7:30 p.m., which means it's time for Live with Simone.
Hey everybody, I'm here, struggling with my necklace, but good evening, everybody. It's not gonna happen. I'll probably end up breaking it or something. Anyways, we are the day after Valentine's Day, so kind of perfect to going to cover today, and I think. Well, I know that I already got a few comments, a few messages about is this going to help or the partnership with my significant. So I guess my disclaimer is I hope it helps, but there are times where you realize that maybe you're better off not playing with your significant other. So we'll get to that. But really quickly, just wanted to say thank you to Eddie. Eddie. Along now have been doing a ton of stuff social media. Just so you know, I have the skills to do that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. It's been an awesome. I just think everybody's enjoying it. The ideas and all of the things are mine, but the execution is all them. And also, Eddie, I have some. I did not get to say it to you, but my compliment to you is that you definitely have gotten better. Not from teaching. I know that you probably put on some put work into your game, but I was quite impressed during camp.
Oh, thanks. Well, anything that you saw from there, although I might have been working on my own, would have been from all the teachings you've done, going to your clinics and having private lessons and editing your videos too. I can't tell you how much I learned from just editing the videos that we put on YouTube.
Oh, that's good. But I'll quite a few things that I saw that was pretty impressive. So good job.
Thank you.
But also, I have, before we go any further, I have been quite lucky, and I think just I always say I have the best, not just students, but I also have a great following, and I know with all of the stuff that you and Chanel are doing, it will just continue to grow. But I did get these cool bands, and I want to give them a shout out. So Lux bands or LX bands, I think, and so it's actually like I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can put it close.
Are those for Apple Watches?
Yes, they're for Apple Watches. So I have an Apple Watch, and I'm wearing. And then this one is a pink, and then it has like love. So it's pretty cute. I mean, they're like, this is pretty cool. And as you can see, I'm missing a nail. But yeah, that's so that's the bands. And I talked to them. I talked to one of the sisters. I said, hey, you sent me a ton. I'm not gonna wear them all. Plus, on top of that, I have the smaller watch. So if anybody out there, and we'll make this part of contests. We have a ton of contests today. So maybe we'll include that for the bigger watch. We'll include that for the contest. So what do you think about that?
I like it. I think it's a great idea.
So, Eddie, you want to do the little, the little, no, the big pro art gear. I've had a great response. I had actually sold the stuff that we had.
That's great. Yeah, I definitely want to let you guys know that our intention here is to keep this content free, and one of the ways that we can do that is by selling merchandise here. As you can see, I'm wearing this awesome Simone t-shirt. Behind me, I have this mug, this hoodie, which is one of the softest hoodies I've ever had. Shameless plug time. If you guys want to help support the channel, you can go to simonejardim.store. You can use coupon code Simone10 for 10% off your checkout. And if you guys have any products that you want to see, let us know as well, and we can definitely get them made. And I promise you, it's good stuff. you'll definitely enjoy it.
Great. And with both things, I think pickleball, the growth of it, and everything. I think that there's so many tournaments, many more tournaments than when I started playing. So the question that I get, a lot of the work that I do as far as helping people that play together that are couples is pretty much how to. At the end of the day, is really about communication. So one thing that we are the first contest, because before I gotta make sure our script, Eddie. So the first contest that we have, and I don't know, we have the giving away.
Yeah, should we show the picture of all the products?
Absolutely. Okay, so that's for that one will be for that's the second one. Let's do the first one.
There we go.
So that's it. So it's a paddle, it's a crude with the Simone silhouette, and then some jigsaw electrolyte, my favorite, the fruit punch. So the first question that I have, and this is gonna be pretty much like you gotta beat somebody to the punch. But to me, I think we always, when people come ask me questions about playing with their partner, like or whatever, if it's a significant other or a boyfriend, that you don't have to be married to sometimes have some communication issues. But my first question, then to go to the negative side of it, my first question is, I want to make this as positive as possible. There are the part of it, like what's the best part about playing with your significant other? So Eddie, whoever has an answer that you like, that's they are getting that. And again, we can do the crew neck and the paddle. Anyways, that is the first class.
Okay, so just to reiterate there, because actually you're breaking up a little bit there, Simone. Yeah, it's not coming through that clear. But basically, you want to be able to put a comment down in YouTube or Facebook and let us know the best thing about playing with your significant other. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, and this is supposed to be the best room in my house, but this is, and that's where the internet box is. So
yes.
figure.
Well, hopefully it'll clear up here in a second. So remember, guys, go ahead and throw it in the comments, and then when Simone's done talking about the amazing content tonight, we'll be picking a winner, and you have to stay tuned to be eligible to win that awesome prize pack.
So again, there's going to be some positives and some negatives, and this is I think it's the biggest challenge is things that sometimes carry over from off court to the court, and it's like communication. So to me is crucial to be able to talk to your partner, not just again during the point, but also in between points, because you want to make sure that you are on the same page. It's tactics and many things that involve that, but also even today, like I was working with some of my students, and often I really hear them talking to each other through the middle of the court, especially. And to me, that is one of the biggest, because you are so comfortable with the person you're playing with that you just assume that they are going to take it or not take it, and then it creates a little bit of chaos that they don't communicate, because in reality you are each other that you just feel like it will happen naturally. But pickleball court in essence is much different, because you don't have that much to happen as natural. It will flow for sure. It will flow a lot better with time, but it's just, and that often creates some miscommunication or no communication at all. So I believe that the more you can talk with your partner, you don't have to overdo it. Like what I told them is like, if it's to the right, to the corner or to the left corner, that's kind of say me, you. But often the middle ball is the one that gets a little bit complicated. So I highly recommend that somebody calls it, or both are, or somebody needs to be ready to take that ball, and the earlier the better. When it's of course, when it exchanges, sometimes you don't have the time. But again, the communicate, those things happen organically. So I highly, over communicate versus no communication, which again takes next thing, which is the silent treatment. That's my favorite. The silent treatment happens often with couples, because that is something that I feel like it's a way to punish your partner. It's something that you can't do to your significant other. My question often is this something that you do to somebody that is not your partner? Like you would you do to this to of course to a stranger, no way, but somebody that you just kind of play with or you're friends with. I don't believe so. I don't think that would be really awkward. And then the silent treatment happens often when you kind of get up to each other and you stop communicating, and then all of a sudden it's crickets, it's quiet, there's no timeout being called, nothing, and it's just like one point after the other and over, and then you feel horrible after you're done. And to me, again, I believe that happens much more often because you are so close with that person. And then the other part is with that, the thing you say. So I just don't think that people say the things that they say to their significant other on the court, because that would create weirdness. I think is just the comfortable is there, which is great, but it can be better if you use that in a negative way. So for instance, if somebody takes a ball or somebody misses a ball, and the roll, the eye rolling, or the like did you really miss that, and like stuff like that, you would say to somebody that you like imagining with Christine, if she played and you said to her like, Christine, really, like what was that?
Right.
Would you ever say that to another female?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and that's where sometimes it creates issues with the partnership, because you're so comfortable, and there's much less judgment there. You're like, no way you're going to say that to someone. So that can be an issue as far as creating that tense. I feel like just watching sometimes people that are in a relationship, it's just like a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh, like did he say that to her? Did she? It's tough. It's tough to watch, but they don't even realize. Often couples don't know that's going on, because it's just something that happens to them. It's just something that they are used to doing on the pickleball court. And again, it's not a reflection of the relationship whatsoever. It's just the fact that it happens in moments of tense, when you're tense and when you're competitive, the best come out of us. And I think we tend to, kind of say or do things that we wouldn't do unless it was some. That would be a big one. The other one also that I find often is the page as far as what are your goals. So, and again, I'm not talking this about becoming a pro or being in the pro level. I'm talking about playing at any level, and most of the time is the husband and wife not being on the same page on why are they competing, why are they playing together, why are they at a tournament, because it happens uh, more often than not, that I'll ask one and ask the same questions to one and ask the same questions to the other, and ask like, what do you want to get out of this? What's your goal here? And one will say, I want to win, and the other one will say, I want to have fun. And ultimately they are having fun playing together, but the one that says I want to win, well, they're having fun winning, but when they start to lose, and often is like the partner starts to get picked on, that's when they get a little aggravated because they want to win, where the other one is almost like relaxed, like this is not the end of the world, and I'm okay, just let's have fun. So that, to me, if you're going to play tournaments and you're going to compete, you have to make sure that you're on the same page. That find a way to win, not just like, oh, it's okay, you missed. Oh, it's okay. That is, to me, a big, big one. So being on the same page while you're there, and it's okay if completely okay if, let's say, one partner is there for fun and the other one is there for competition, then that's when you this is the part where is the negative, is the thing to do to play together, because then I don't think either of you will have fun, because of the fact that, again, one wants to win because that's more fun for them, and the other one is okay just enjoying themselves and not talk about losing. Uh-oh. Addie?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely coming in and out pretty bad. So why don't we do this, Simone? If you want to, I'll go ahead and I'll start reading some of these comments. If you want to just quickly reboot your machine there and then log back in, maybe by the time I'm done reading through some of them, you should be good.
So turn it off and on?
Yeah, I would just completely reboot and then log back in if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start reading over some of these comments because we've had a ton of comments coming in, which I think is awesome here. Some of them are pretty funny as well. And I want to start off here with one that I particularly thought was funny. And that is from C.R. Menino. It said, the best thing about playing with my significant other is not playing with my significant other. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good that you realize that it's probably not the best setup, and you go into it knowing that, you know, that's not what you want to be able to do with it. Linda Nicastro says, teamwork. I agree, Linda. I think that, you know, obviously if you're a significant other or someone, you're part of a team, and to have that teamwork carry on to the court is good as well. Jared Tries It on YouTube says, we get better together. I like that too. You can have common goals. You can carry over conversations about your progress into you know, your quality time at home together. Kathleen Fess, excuse me. The chance to enjoy the game together, to share fun. Absolutely. I mean, we all know that, you know, being able to get out there and play pickleball is fun, and if you can do that with your significant other, that's always fantastic. Laura Cherubin, having time together and having fun playing pickleball. Absolutely. Sandra Baker, the 1-2 punch. So I'm wondering, do you guys strategize maybe the shake and bake, where one of you is driving the ball and the other one's getting ready to put that fifth shot away? Let us know in the comments what you mean by that a little bit more. Kathy Carr, this is sweet. Just spending time with each other. I think it's great. Oh, man, so many comments are coming in. I'm loving this here. Deborah Bernhardt, practice good communication and compromise. You know, I mean, those are good skills in a relationship, and they're also good skills in the court. So there's definitely a correlation between the two. That is for sure. Deb P, the best thing is feeling that we are one. Wow, that's a good challenge, but I can definitely see how playing with your significant other could help move in that way. John Bamberger, watching my wife make a terrific shot. I would agree. I've seen Audrey make some terrific shots in her day as well, and I could expect that it would be fun as her spouse to be able to do that. And I'll read a couple more here, and I believe that Simone is
I
back.
missed
So
it.
you missed it. All right. Oh, and she is back. I was just
It's
reading
so
through
bad.
comments there.
I
Um,
know. I missed the comments.
yes, the connection is not the greatest still here.
I can't wait to move. Gosh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
Beth,
sorry.
Beth Bello is saying, reboot the router, reboot the router.
I've done it so many times, Beth. I'm so sorry, guys. I since I've moved here, it's been literally a nightmare. Like every day is something. It's like anyways, it is what it is. I gotta move on and take a breath. Whew, that's it. But I'm guessing that we had a lot of good comments. I'll have to say when I logged in, John was the one making a comment.
Yep. Yes. And that's there's quite a few comments coming in here, but I think the ones that I read there are probably some of the best ones that I saw come through, but all of them are great. So thank you guys for that.
Well, it's last week talking about the theme for Audrey. I'm throwing you under the bus. We're talking about what the theme was going to be for this week. Sent me a photo of her and John at the US Open. I think it was a few years ago, and she's like, "Do I really talk to my husband like this on the pickleball?" I thought it was hilarious, but uh, with that, I'll follow up with another one. So the one of the questions that I try to ask people is, ask yourself if you would ask if you would see your partner that, like, if you would say to a woman what you just said to your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, like, just think through it. Like, for a second, would you say this to anyone else? That would be my first question. Or, give them the look or roll the eyes or all of that if you would do to somebody else. Because again, I think a lot of issues. So another big one is sincerity. So be here. What does that mean? So when somebody so if I was playing and let's say I made a mistake, and instead of telling me, "Oh, good try," when it's like, "No, like that was terrible mistake." You don't have to say like, "Oh my gosh, what a terrible." Sometimes I feel like that's the one, like, next one, like, cute, like, think of things that you can motivate, like, because then when they do have, they will know, like, are you being serious, or are you just kind of like, there's it's gotta be sincere, like, good try or something like that, where like, your person knows when you're being sincere more than anybody else. They will know if you're saying this in a good way or in a bad way, or just like he's just or she's just saying that just to try to make me feel better, which sometimes it works the opposite. Did that?
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I feel like, but and let me know when if I have to repeat something if it doesn't come through properly.
Well, maybe it'd be a good idea to just go through and if you want to just summarize the bullet points at the end there too, just to reiterate, because it came in and out, but I think the concepts came through correctly.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think one big one, protecting your partner. What does that mean? Protecting your partner, there's so many different ways to do that. Often is the direction. We talk about that. We have video about that, and especially if you go, if you are doing where you have the two women on the diagonal on the like right side, have the two men on the left, and then decides to attack down up to the other guy, and then their wife gets beat. And that can be in so many different ways. It can be any kind of partnership. So to me, it's just protecting your partner. If you're going to take a ball, like if you come through the middle and you're going to take a ball, are you taking that to set it up for success, for them to be on like the offense, or are you taking that ball and getting them burned? And just because you can, it doesn't mean that you should take the ball. So think about protecting your partner. There are things that also often happens, and I see this more with a female male partner, where they are not yet comfortable with stacking. And the reason why I'm smiling is because I've had this conversation with quite a few of my students, is that the part of the game that is, to me, my vision always is that science is fact, that there are times that you can be a really good female player, but the male player at the end of the day is going to be more likely to overpower the other team. So being able to stack sometimes it actually helps, again, protecting your partner. It helps them, because women often will get stuck on the left side, and then the other team like just keeps going at them, not just attacking, but going dink after dink after dink, and they like, oh my gosh, like this whole game is and then the male partner is unable to help, because now they are reaching with the backhand, which is harder than, again, and plus that's the backhand side, which most of us are a little bit weaker backhand side. So think about, how can I protect my partner by how to not get every single ball, every single point. And when you get stuck on a number, that is more likely to happen. So consider learning how to stack. And you don't have to start full on stack, but sometimes it's at least like a half stack will help stop a little bit of that constantly going that way. So especially, I'm talking about tournament play, because tournament play, that is more likely to happen. It may not happen in rec play, because people are usually a little nicer, so they go to the guy on the right side, but then it gets to tournament and it's time to win, they're going to pick on the left side, and it's tough. I mean, I think most of the time people, if you go far, you're gonna get super tired, lost as you're getting every single ball. The other part of that, when I would say the part of protecting your partner, it's important to understand that some people, that when they play, and it's not, of course, there's it's up to you. However, I do believe that when especially with some men, they're like super nice, great guys. You're amazing for doing that. The fact that you don't pull the trigger on the female, so you got a ball and it's a sitting ball, and you decide to go to the male player, and then the male player then goes at your significant. That is not really, like, I know you're being nice, because I've heard this from several men, that they're like, oh, I can't go hard at the female. But this is the part of, to me, is like, I'm here playing mixed doubles. I know the consequences. I know that I will get, there's a chance I get hit. But if my partner gets the ball, this is the part where the way to protect me is by attacking the female, so I don't get the counter from the male. So this is where, like, remember, I use this often with husbands. I say it's either your wife or theirs. Which one do you pick? You decide, because you gotta go home with there. So it's a big one. I honestly, like, again, it's awesome. Like, wow, what a gentleman, great guys. But when you enter a tournament, you have to think that ultimately is like that creative instinct has to kick in, so that way you are protecting your spouse, not theirs. And that one is like, oh, you're so mean. It was like, no, I want to make sure that I protect my partner is nice, when it goes male instead of going at the female, I'll probably pay the price. So
Yep. I'm guilty of that, Simone.
you go too nice on the female.
Sometimes, yeah.
And the problem that, I mean, you'll make a lot of friends, however, not your partner.
Yeah, true.
Your partner is gonna be like, interesting. I'm the one that just got burned, but you had to put away. So yeah, and again, it's difficult for some people to I get it, and to me, it's getting past that, the fact that you should be looking out for your partner.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
I find it hard that both guys will agree, like, okay, let's not go hard at each other's wives.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that happens.
yeah.
Yet.
No, I mean, maybe in rec play that
Yep.
is more likely to happen among friends, but I don't see it in tournament play. Do you?
No, definitely. That's never happened to me, nor have I ever initiated that conversation.
Yeah, I think it'd be like, no.
Yeah, not happening.
No. Okay, so now this part here of the segment, we are going to be looking. This is the part where I think I'm one that I love to look at myself. It's like, what is it? Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
So for the next, before we show the video, our next, and you ahead and show the photo of the contest winner for this one.
Yeah. So do we want to pick the winner from number one before we show the contest?
Yes, I have no idea because I missed it. So you are the one responsible for it.
Yes. So it came down, and I just want to say, guys, honestly, so many good comments, so much good feedback. It was really great to see the insight that you guys have about whether you do or do not play with your significant other. So I want to thank you guys so much for the comments here. I do have a runner-up that I wanted to throw out there that gets a special message, and this one is from Courtney Palermo, and Courtney said, and this is referring to her new husband Paul. He's better than me and put a ring on it, so he's stuck with me. I don't know, Courtney. I mean, you guys are both pretty good. I wouldn't say that I would, want to play with one versus the other, but I think it's awesome. You guys are kind of a power pickleball couple, so that's cool. But the winner, and I'm really excited about this comment, and to me, the reason that this one stuck out so much is because I think we can all relate to it. And really, when I say that, I mean, if you do the opposite of this, it's really bad. So to do this makes it a great opportunity. And this one comes from Kathleen Fess. And Kathleen said, we all get in a rut. It's the look from each other that encourages and says, all good. We'll get it together soon. So true. To have a partner that can even just give you that look, that you guys know each other so well. You have that connection. They give you the look, they give you the wink, they give you the it's all good, and you know what they're saying, and it's encouraging. That's super powerful. So congratulations, Kathleen. You are the winner of that prize pack. Go ahead and send a message. Simone, should they send the message to you?
Yes, and I still I'll say that I got the last contest, we got in touch. So it's actually perfect timing because then I'll go, she's from California, so her, but I'll drop everything off before I head out to Arizona.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, so they can get in touch with me on like Instagram or the messaging, whichever
Facebook.
way.
Yep.
Yeah, or whichever way it works. That's fine.
Congratulations. And then we have another contest coming up here, which do you want to share, Simone, how people can win that?
Yeah, so this one, I think because often I like to look at myself in a, I don't know, you gotta find the laughter, you got something funny, and um, I guess the humor in life, because you can't say that everything is always sunshine and flowers and beautiful. Not it's difficult, and so I like to find the humor in things. And so back, oh gosh, I can't even remember, 3 years ago maybe, Chad and I decided to play a couple tournaments together. And the first tournament that we played together was great. We had a great time. And then we decided, okay, let's play one more together. And we went across the state and went to, because the first one was in Naples. And then we went across the state to play in Plantation. And I'll give you a little background story, because I'm kind of defending ourselves here a little bit before you see. Uh, we are like 8 o'clock in the morning. We were supposed to start playing, I want to say like 11 or something along those lines. And we got there, I think like 10 o'clock. We warmed up and we didn't play our first match, I think, until noon or something like around then. Then we didn't play our second match until like 3 or 4 hours later. We had both of the kids there, and they had been playing around and like running around, and they were hungry and tired, and they fell asleep at like 6 p.m. So then we go play the finals, and this is 8 p.m. So we'll take it to 8 p.m. some time ago.
Want me to roll it?
Actually, you know what? Let's do the contest first, because
Okay.
then they're having a good laugh. They can humor us in the comeback is please give us. So this is the contest. I want to hear what is like one of your funniest stories playing with your significant other, good, bad, like whatever it is, but give us something to laugh about. We
And if
all
you
laugh
win,
together.
that's right. And to show you guys again the prize pack. Sorry, this is the one.
Yep.
Look at all that fun swag you can get.
I know, this bottle right here. We got hoodie right here, and now of course I'll get your size, and then the bag. Got all the stuff.
Yes. So to win that, you need to put in the comments maybe a funny story about something that's happened on the pickleball court, preferably with your significant other. Doesn't have to be, right, Simone?
No, I just a funny story with a partner, of course. It's not just you, but yeah, something along those lines. You'll get it once you watch this video.
All right, let's roll it.
Can they hear me?
Yes.
So just so you know, this is our daughter there on the side running around. This is oh, there's Landon. So that was the beginning of the end. From then on, so pretty much like the kids woke up, and now we're in the finals, and they wake up and they are so hyper, and they are running up and down the hill. And we're playing, this is Adam and Lucy, and oh my goodness, he yells at them, and I'll tell you, I looked behind and I saw there was a camera. I was just like, oh my goodness, this is not good. And I honestly, like, at the time, I think it was the beginning of pickleball. It was not that much content. I was like, okay, this is the content that's out there. So of course, like, I'm like, oh no. And I threw the paddle like timeout. And just so you know, we didn't speak for the rest of the match, but we also didn't speak
And
few
that's
hours.
what that's like a 2 hour drive, right?
And I don't know. Maybe Ed can say who said something first to say like, are we gonna talk about this or not? But and people say, oh, it doesn't matter, you guys won, and I was like, we won nothing. We won nothing from this experience because just because we won the match. Honestly, after that, I just rushed through the match. I think I didn't dink one ball. I was just like, we're just gonna get out of here. And we didn't get home until like night. It was a long day, but I'll tell you that when we look at it now, when we see it now, we always laugh about it because the stories. Of course, like you got stories about it, but yeah. So, but anyway, Aaron, I want to hear your story.
Want to hear
Does
what?
anybody out there have anything?
We have had a couple comments come in here so far that I think would be worth reading here. One from our contest number one winner. So I don't know that you'll be eligible to win, Kathleen, but we appreciate you sharing.
She's taking
Um,
it all.
I
That's it all.
know. I love it. But Kathleen said, let me pull it up here. I was playing with my spouse and kept hitting it high so our opponent would shove the ball down my spouse's throat. Yikes. I was told by our opponent that I owed my spouse a hug every time I created the situation. I would have had to have hugged him the entire game. Kathleen, I feel for you, and I also feel for your spouse because I could imagine your spouse was not happy in that situation as I wouldn't have been either.
But you see what I mean though. It's like no mercy, right? I mean they took a funny way at it, like the opponents, but they didn't go easy either.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where tournament play it's challenging. I mean, it's because you feel bad, but you're not feeling that bad.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Here's one from Bob Katowitz. Hopefully, I'm saying that right, Bob. Bob said, "My significant other partner, fun time in first tournament. We lost every game, but got a medal because they felt sorry for us, or because no one else was in our age bracket. We played all the youngsters, not near our age. Yikes! So, Bob, did you guys play a lot of like rec before that, or was that kind of just like getting thrown into the mix? That would have been a rough situation.
No, especially, I mean, that's one thing that I realize the more I teach and being around tournament players is that the level for tournament, the age does make a big difference, and I think it can make it kind of even sometimes I feel that is not just the tension, but I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting hurt because the speed of the
Mm-hmm.
ball, even 5 years, it does make a difference. So, but I mean, it sounds like they stuck it out and played through it.
I love it. Yeah, ended up coming out with a medal, which is good. Here we have another one from Courtney Palermo. During the past year's U.S. Open, Paul and I started at 8 a.m. Fast forward to our bronze medal match at 4 p.m. Paul is hardly hitting any balls because it's mixed and I'm hitting a ton. So the ball he starts hitting are all going out. I call a timeout and look at my coach, Becky Ryan, and said, "Can you tell him to stop hitting out balls?" Timeout over. 2 points later, I look at Paul and apologizing for being a brat for a moment. So
And
Courtney,
I'm sure,
yeah.
but
Courtney
I'm
ended
sure
up
she
getting her
said,
coach in there. I love it.
I know, but that, yeah, shameless plug to
Yeah.
Becky Ryan. But I'm sure she also said, this is how you know you can get to your partner. She said it loud enough to Becky. It wasn't like a whisper to Becky. Becky
Right.
probably never said anything to Paul. It's just that she I can picture. Am I I coordinated it loud enough to Becky that is almost like you are talking to Paul, but through Becky.
Yeah, I could absolutely see that happening. Let's
It's like,
see.
hey, Becky, tell
Yeah.
Paul to stop hill balls. Hello.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. We got some good ones here. Here's one from Lisa Miller. And Lisa says, my husband actually did walk down to the courts with me to drill. We took our golden retriever. We were the only ones down at the court and had our retriever off leash. We were into what we were doing. The doggo dropped a present in the middle of the court. He stepped in it before he saw it when I lobbed. That drilling session really stunk.
That's a good one, Lisa. That is that the oh no, that's is that the pooch? That's the dog that did the right there that I see.
That's so
Is that
funny.
the messy? Oh, but it doesn't look like a gold. Is it a golden retriever? Doesn't
It's
look
hard
like.
to tell from the picture, but could be a golden
Yeah,
retriever mix. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Lisa, for the record,
that is
I have two golden retrievers, and yes, they love to put me in uncomfortable situations as well. So that's good.
that is so funny. Oh my goodness, that's great. That's an awesome one.
Yeah, we have a few more, Simone. If you want me to keep rolling with these.
Yeah, let's do it. I will move on once we you read a couple more. I mean, I
Okay.
honestly I love these stories. It's the best.
All right. We have one here from Sarah Whitehurst Tate. And Sarah said, my partner and I had a slow start earning points in one match. We were down 0-6. During an end change, he looked over at me and smiled and said, how are we doing so far?
Not sarcastic at all.
Yeah, not at all. Oh, that's great.
Sarah, what was your response?
I love it.
I want to know what Sarah's comeback was.
Yeah, Sarah, let us know if he said anything
The
back on
comeback.
that. I love it.
I'd be
Uh,
like, I'm doing great.
let's see. Oh, here's one from Chadwick Edwards. And Chad said, I've been beaten up playing with Simone more than by my opponents. I've been hit by her paddle, stepped on, and even pushed off the court. Is this true, Simone?
But I think actually this one was I'm pretty certain that this is the one that we played really well actually. Am I right? I think this is the one that we played really well in Naples.
Hmm.
I
Well,
remember, and it was windy in Naples. I just remember, like, I mean, when we swapped ends, like there was so much going on. But I do, I do remember hitting him, coming over. I may have done it probably with the backhand instead of the forehand. I stepped on him, and I did push him off the court.
oh, jeez. Well, you guys won, so maybe that's the motivation that he needed.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
All right, I'm going to read one more, and then I did pick a winner here. So let's do the last one before the winner. And this is from Paul Bateman. And Paul said, was playing in the semifinals, and my partner came to the match the following day in flip-flops and forgot his sneakers. He asked me what size sneaker I wore, and it happened to be the same size. Long story short, we each played with one flip-flop and one sneaker. Come on.
Now that is partnership right there.
Yes. I like that. That's thinking outside the box, Paul. I like that. That's good stuff
Ouch,
here.
that could also be an injury waiting to happen with the flip flops.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
And I
Well,
want to, yeah, go ahead.
so I mean, I keep them coming. I mean, I love it, and we can wait a little bit more if we have some more because I did want to before announcing the winner for this one, I have, as I get out there more, and I was commenting with you and with Chanel that the more media exposure, uh, Chanel does, you guys are doing putting so much content out there that often that drives more interest and more questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I
That's right.
wanted to, I just kind of wanted to clear the air or a way, just kind of so people understand kind of where I am. So pretty much with all the injuries and everything that I've gone through, it hasn't been easy. But I think that the hardest part was more not the injury itself, but psychologically realizing, okay, I can't do the things that I used to do. The the competitiveness is still inside of me, that will go away no matter what I do. Uh, that's the one thing that, because I had that, I realized, like, some of the things that I was, you know, things that I was not missing out. Well, yes, missing out that I wasn't a part of. Being able to do, spend more time with the family and do fun stuff that otherwise I would be in a tournament traveling, and just kind of be able to see my kids grow up. That definitely was like an aha moment for me. And so when I was talking about over the holidays, and holidays are usually very, very, in the sense that it's my best memories growing up, being around family. So it all came together. Like, I I need to stay as to home as I can, to be around more. When your kid is saying, "Mom, please don't go away, please don't travel," that it's kind of hard. It's a hard one to take. So being around more has been so rewarding. I fell this morning. I woke up and I was exhausted. I probably have bags under my eyes, but like moments like I've been able to have, uh, just about being around the kids more, it's been so rewarding that it definitely puts a little bit of the part of the not traveling as much into perspective, that I want to be able to have family time as much as possible, the kids around as much as possible, and taking them to pickleball tournaments is just not for them. I don't really enjoy it, and it's kind of hard to focus. It's a job for me. It's my hobby. So this is the part, like, although I love competing, it's just that this has become more a priority for me at the moment. And so what retirement, and I don't know why I use that word, because it's more than the fact that I plan on staying home, and so I will continue to be involved with pickleball. I love my community. I love what I do. I talked about how I've always been a coach first. I'll continue to do that. Get as much, like, I want to get more involved with the people that, I barely have any time to do anything with the foundation. It's just been so crazy. I want to get that up. I also want just my student able to spend more time doing things like that. Just kind of some new stuff. And I'll continue to be involved with pickleball because it's become such a big part of my life. My best friends are all my students, really. And so they are much more than that. And the fact that I, I love what I do. It's just that I want to have the time do what's most important. So that's kind of where my mind is at the moment. And when I step on court, I'm going to give my everything that I have. I want to stay close, making changes and all of that. I think I think I've put I've made enough sacrifices at this point, okay, with my decision. So
Well, that's
that,
great.
because and the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because people like, you start, because I had a rough patch. I didn't win many tournaments. It's like, oh, start winning again, and you're gonna get back to it. It's not about it's not even that part that it wounds me. It's more the fact that it's going away from the family. So if I can stay close to home and compete, of course I will, because I love it. But I want to make sure that I am not missing out on opportunities to do things like Alexa's is 12, going to be 13. I can't believe it. But just, going to her choir, going, be able to take her to do things that she likes to do. Like we want to get Landon involved in sport. And most of the time, and Chad is working at the sun, it's hard to, make the time for that. So, and I think that I've had my moments. I've had so many great memories, and traveling and playing, and it's been I'm so grateful for it. I think that it's time for me to actually enjoy this process and this part of my life that I'm going through.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that everybody's excited to hear that you're still going to be a big part of pickleball. And I think in some ways, not playing in so many tournaments and making that your goal will even give you more access to those who are there rooting for you. So that's fantastic, and for great reasons too.
No, I mean, ultimately, I think pickleball has grown quite a bit, and if people see the schedule and what has become, it's such a huge commitment. And again, if it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever time, it would have been different. But reality is that when we found it's going to be, spending more time with the family and enjoying Naples and all of that. And I'm never here. I'm always traveling. And so, yeah. So, I mean, we have, Chen and I have talked about so many things that we want to do, but it's family oriented, it's staying close to home, paying attention to the people that have been there for us through thick and thin, which are people. They are. That's what brought us together. And we want to continue to do that and create relationships, because ultimately that's for me, that's the most important thing. I know that I'm a hard friend at times, because I feel like it's a push and pull, but ultimately these people have been for me the whole way through everything. So I'm very thankful, and I want them to be a part of our new adventures and everything. So yeah. So,
That's great. Great to hear. I'm
and you
excited
too.
for this.
And you
Well,
too, Eddie. We got some new projects. We got all sorts of stuff coming. Chanel on board. We got a team. We
I
got a
love it.
team.
I love it. You got a team railing around you. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's just, yeah. I you know me well enough now. That's new. That's new. It's been so, it's like mind blowing, just to be able to say, hey, like, this together. Help me, help me. I need help. And just, sometimes it's just I'll say one thing that I forgot. I have to say that the extremely lucky. Chad and I are extremely lucky, because we the most loyal and amazing people that work with us. Phil Metz has been, I mean, honestly, it's like a gift in my life, because the guy is unbelievable. I mean, you saw first,
Mm-hmm.
but since the first day I met him, it just goes, is amazing. And then we have Becky, and we have Brandon, which again, great addition, but also just love with them. We got Courtney, which again has done an amazing job juggling jobs and having to put up with Paul, that we all know it's got to be so difficult. Uh, I had to throw it in there.
Yeah.
And then we also had has been helping with the Marco camps, and I just again I appreciate. I hope that I'm doing my best to be with. Sometimes it's hard, like you forget that you need, like you really need to surround yourself with people, like good people like that, and it makes life so much better.
That's true. And I know that delegating and allowing others to do things for you has never been one of your strong suits. And I think it's such a growth for you that, you know, you've probably recognized it for a while, but the fact that you've taken action on that and done something uncomfortable to help move you forward, that says a lot about you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a process, and I think when we work on ourselves, it's just so rewarding, because I would say that I fight it. I've fought it for a long time. I think Chad has the same issue. We fight over the fact that we just sometimes, well, and I think it this is where I give myself some slack. We both came into this country by ourselves many, many years ago. So we've always been independent. We never had anybody to rely on other than each other. And so you learn to be independent and not ask for help because you don't want to be a burden. And so then you realize that people are actually genuinely interested in helping you, and they're looking out for you. And again, there are so many people. If I started to say like everybody's name, tell you, like that list goes on and on and on. And coming to the realization that yes, like let people help you. What have I been doing? It's
Right.
like what in the world? But again, it's just a learning process, and that's the part of going through some tough times, that's when that those people, if they're there for you, they will be there. Like, it's not just when it's all, everything is great, but when things get a little better, that's when like, wow, I can count on these people, and it's awesome. I can't tell you enough.
That's great.
So, so with that, we wanna end. Do we have any more funny things? It's always good to end.
Well, I believe I read all of the stories that everybody wanted to say, except for the one winner that's out there. So, are you ready for me to read the winning comment?
Please, drum roll.
All right. This one, it's a long one, so bear with me here, but this one comes from Christine Harris Kraus. And Christine said, I have a funny story playing with my spouse who is way better than me. I think she's saying I floated one up in the air and I assumed he would take the ball, or the opponent floated a ball up in the air and I assumed he would take the ball out of the air as I was closer to the net looking forward. I eventually turned to see what happened to the ball. My husband decided to take the ball of a bounce and proceeded to hit me square in the face because I had turned to look. And Christine, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you here. I cannot tell you the words that came out of my mouth that I would never to say to anyone other than my spouse for hitting me in the face. We had to take a timeout. Our opponents didn't quite know what to say. The only thing I can say is that if anybody else had hit me in the face, I would have just been embarrassed and thought nothing of it. Playing with a spouse can be beautiful, but sometimes emotions and words are exchanged that would not normally ever occur. And I agree, Christine.
Agree. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. I mean, I'm sure that he didn't do it on purpose, but it's hard not to take it personal.
That's great. So congratulations, Christine. You are the winner of contest number 2. And I'm going to throw it up on the screen here again of all the fun stuff that you've won here. And same thing, if you want to reach out to Simone on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, she will get that sent out to you.
And again, I apologies. At some point, Eddie will have to think about something because I will be here. I'll be here at least another couple of months. So we might need to think of something that I can improve my internet, because I know this got to be frustrating for people that are taking the time to listen to what I have to say and what I have to share. And I really appreciate that. I feel that is just awful, and I feel terrible about it. So we will have to figure something out. Please help.
We'll do it. We'll
And
do it.
oh, and I do believe that I'm being completely just like, so I have no clue about technology. You know that. So I don't know what to do. So anybody that has suggestions, the I know that somebody said about restarting the router, that does not work. I may need to get something extra.
Well, I'll be in that area, in your area Monday. We have family coming to town that are staying with my parents. I can always pop over for a little bit and take a look if you need.
Figure something out.
Yep. We'll make it happen. Don't you worry.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for everybody who kind of like, has to put up with this and still sticks around and share stuff with us and share this time with us, because I am certain that I would be very impatient, not being able to, like, if it's everything is broken. It's like, being on the phone and you have no reception. So I get it. So
That's right. Well, we'll be
but
back
thank you
again next
again.
Tuesday, right? 7:30 p.m., the new
Yes,
time.
yes, and so most certainly, and we have and I have a few things that I kind of some fun things that we're going to do next week. So I am going to find I not be doing here anyways. I'll find a place, the best place. We're gonna figure something out. Whereas the best place that I have internet, because I'm gonna do a little bit more interaction with my fans. So let's make this. We're gonna work through it and be able to do.
Let's do it. We'll see you next week.
All right, we're gonna end with the best commercial ever
Oh my God, I
that we
forgot about
did
it.
with Patrick. That's why we were exiting with, because again, how this is me dropping the ball, but it's not really me dropping the ball. It's Patrick.
All
Internet
right.
issues is right here.
Let's take a look.
Shoot, I can't remember my password.
We don't say can't, we conquer.
I got it.
I wish I could do a backflip.
We don't say I wish, we accomplish.
I finally did it.
I'm gonna try this one more time.
We don't say try, we aim for the sky.
Yeah, the sky.
That's me. Very much it. Like I'm passing you the mop, Eddie, to clean this up, because somehow we gotta like this, the water everywhere is my internet connection. So, but yeah, and one thing I didn't forget, but I wanted to wish it's a week late happy birthday to Patrick and their group. They've been amazing, the support as usual, sending all this stuff to give away, but also during camp all of our campers got a bunch of jigsaw stuff. So really appreciate you guys. It's awesome.
Yeah, great company.
So, but with that, I wish everybody a good night. I will be playing on Friday in Arizona with Dylan Frazier. Never played with him, but really looking forward to it. And then we'll be back next week.
See you guys next week.
Thank you, Eddie.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Good night.